Good evening, my dear students. Welcome to my channel Desire to Learn with Mukesh. So today in this video, we are going to discuss a new chapter from NCERT Class 4 Environmental Studies, and the name of the chapter is Story of Amrita. Story of Amrita. So the related theme is family and friends, and of the major plants. So this topic is related to plants. So without being late, let us start today's video. So before starting the video, first we will see what will be our today's objectives. First one is, after completion of the chapter, the children will be able to identify animals, trees of desert areas as well as in their own area. They can know the uses of trees, importance of forest and animals, harmful effects of cutting of trees and killing of animals. Slogans, poster making on the conservation of trees. They can write slogans and make posters on the conservation, how to conserve tree, how to save trees. They can explain about Khejri tree, which is found basically in desert areas like Rajasthan. So this is the country map of our country India, you can see, and here we will identify the Jodhpur, which is located in Rajasthan. So near Jodhpur there is an area called Khejri village. There is a village called Khejrali village. Now we are going to discuss about this village. The story is related to this village. Now we are going to discuss. And this is the Khejri tree, which is found in desert areas like Rajasthan. So Khejri tree, first of all, we will know about Khejri tree. It is mainly found in desert areas. It grows without much water. It does not need more water to grow. It can grow without much water. Means it can grow in less water. Its barks are used for making medicines. Do you know barks? Like our body is covered with skin, the tree's trunk is covered with a bark. So the barks of Khejri tree are used for making medicines. People cooks and eats its fruits called beans. So its fruits are called beans, which are used in cooking and eating. People cook and eat its fruit, and its fruit are called beans. Its woods are such that it is not affected by insects. So this is the special about Khejri tree, that its woods are such that it is not affected by insect. Insect do not affect the woods from Khejri tree. Animals of this area eats the leaves of Khejri tree. So the desert animals who live in those area, they eat the leaves of the Khejri tree. Children likes to play in its shade. Sorry, here grammatical mistake. Children like, it will be children like. Children like to play in its shade under the tree. So this is the picture of a desert animal. You know its name, that is camel, which is called the sheep of the desert, because camel is the only animal who can walk easily on the sand. So people in desert area use camel. They use camel cat, or they use camel for travel. So camel is called the sheep of the desert. Then desert plant, you know, this is a desert plant whose name is cactus. Then people of Rajasthan, you can see how beautiful they are, their culture. So these are the people of Rajasthan. Now we will come to the story. Amrita, this is the story about Amrita, who lived in Khejrali village almost 300 years ago. So this is the story of about 300 years ago. Khejrali village is near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. The village got its name because of the many khejri trees that grew there. So, khejri trees are mostly found in the area of Khejrali village. That's why the village got its name as Khejrali, because khejri trees are grew there in many number. The people of this village took great care of the plants, trees, and animals. Goats, deer, hares, and peacocks roamed fearlessly there because the people, the villagers, don't haunt the animals. They take care of plants, trees, and animals. So the animals and birds roamed fearlessly there in that area, in Khejrali village. The people of the village remembered what their elders used to tell them. And their elders used to say, अगर पैर है तो हम हैं, अगर पेड़ है तो हम हैं. Plants and animals can survive without us. That means plants and animals can survive without human being, but we cannot survive without them. We human being cannot survive without plants and animals, but they can survive without us. So we have to take care of plants and animals. Next, you can see here the picture in Khejrali village. Animals and birds roam freely without any fear. Amrita would get up early every morning and greet her friends. So every morning after getting up from bed, what did Amrita do? Amrita get up every early morning and greet her friends. And who were Amrita's friends? The trees. She would choose a special tree for the day. She would put her arms around the tree trunk and whisper to the tree. Whisper means speak in low voice. Friend, you are strong and beautiful. You care for us. Thank you, tree. I love you very much. Give your strength to me also. So Amrita greets the tree and asks to give her strength to Amrita. As you know, trees are very strong. So she asks to give her strength. Like Amrita, the other children also had their special trees. They would play for hours in the shade of the trees. So they like to play in the shade of the Khejrali trees. Sorry, the Khejri trees. Here you can see Amrita is hugging the tree and they are playing. Amrita and her friends are playing under the Khejri trees. Now, what happens next? Time went by, time passed. Amrita was now grown up. One day, she went to greet her trees, her friends. Trees were her friends, so she went to greet her trees. One day, she saw that there were some strangers. Stranger means unknown persons. Those we don't know. Those he don't know. Strangers in a village, unknown persons. They had access with them. You can see here in the picture they have access. Okay. They said that the king had sent them to cut trees for wood. The wood was needed for building the king's palace. So king's palace was building. So for the king's palace, wood is needed. That's why king had sent them to cut trees. Amrita was shocked. She surprised. She went to the tree that the men were about to cut. She put her arms around the tree. You can see here. She put her arms around the tree trunk and hugged it tightly. The men shouted and threatened her, but Amrita did not let go of the tree. The men, the strangers, the unknown persons shouted and threatened Amrita to let them cut the tree, but Amrita did not let go of the tree. Amrita did not allow them to cut the trees. After that, what happens? The king's men had to follow his order because as the king had ordered them to bring wood for the palace, they want to build the palace, they need wood for that purpose. So the king's men had to follow this order, his order, the king's order. They had to cut the trees. On seeing this, Amrita's daughter and hundreds of villagers, old and young, all hugged the trees to protect them. They did not allow the king's men to cut the trees. Many people, including Amrita and her daughters, died to save the trees. So they spared their life for trees. When the king heard of this, he could not believe that people gave up their life for trees. He visited the village himself. There he learned about villagers' respect for trees and animals. He talked with the villagers, those who were living there, those who have not died. The king talked with them how what happened, what incident was there, and how they sacrificed their life, including Amrita and some of the villagers and Amrita's daughters also. So after that, what happens? The villagers' strong feelings for trees affected the king greatly. The king was affected by the strong feelings of the villagers towards tree. He ordered that from then on, no tree would be cut and no animal would be harmed in that area. Even today, almost 300 years later, the people of this area called Bishnois continue to protect plants and animals. So not 300 years ago only, now also, nowadays also you can go there and you can see that in Khejrali village, people don't hunt animals and birds, even people don't cut trees. They protect plants and animals. And those people who live in Khejrali village, Khejrali area are called Bishnois. Even though in the middle of the desert, this area is green and animals roam freely without fear. So you know Rajasthan is full of desert, sand, but Khejrali area is such an area which is green till now because in that area people don't hunt, people don't cut the what we call trees. So birds and animals also roam freely without fear. Roam matlab moves here and there. They moves here and then birds and animals freely without fear, because they don't hunt, they don't cut the trees. You can see in the picture, Amrita sacrificed her life to save the trees. Amrita, along with her daughters, sacrificed their life. And here, this is the Khejri tree. The Khejri tree is found mainly in desert areas. It can grow without much water. Its bark is used for making medicines. People cook and eat its fruits, and the fruits are called beans. Its wood is such that it will not be affected by insects. Animals in this area eat the leaves of the Khejri, and children play in its shade. So these are the importance of Khejri tree. Now we have a slogan: Stop killing animals and plants, save nature and save earth. Stop killing animals and plants, save nature and save earth. Let's check our understanding what we have learned up to now from the video. Choose the correct word. Now we have some multiple choice questions. Days were Amrita's best friends: peacocks, animals, school children. So trees. So trees were Amrita's best friends. So the correct answer is trees. Children of Khejrali village played hopscotch and gulli danda inside their homes, in the shade of the trees, in the village playground. So answer will be in the shade of the trees. The king wanted the trees to be cut because the wood was needed for his palace. Leg is what we call print mistake. The wood was needed for his palace. There they were very old. All the leaves had fallen. The villagers were his enemies. So the answer will be the wood was needed for his palace because they were building the palace. Plants give us oxygen, wood, food, all of this. Answer will be all of this. Plants give us oxygen, food as well as wood. Now write T for true and F for false statements. First statement is Amrita and her companions, that means friends, sacrificed their lives almost 300 years ago. It's true. The elders of Khejrali village said that plants and animals can live without humans. It will be also true. It is print mistake, students. The elders of Khejrali village said that plants and animals can live without humans. This will be a true sentence. They told that plants and animals can live without humans, but human beings cannot live without plants and animals. So this is also true. This is print mistake, so you will write true. The king stopped the tree cutting when he came to know of the strong feelings of the villagers. It's also true. Today, Khejrali village is again like a desert. No, it's false. Khejri village is today is also it's green because they don't haunt, they don't cut the trees. Leaves of the Khejri tree are eaten by animals. It's true. Squirrel lays eggs. It's from the chapter years to years. So here mistakenly I have put here the question. It will be false because squirrel does not lay eggs. It gives birth to young ones. Squirrel is a viviparous animal. Fill in the blanks. Amrita lived in Khejrali village almost 300 years ago. Khejrali village is near Jodhpur in Rajasthan. People living in Khejrali area are called Bishnois. Jaipur is the capital city of Rajasthan. Khejrali village got its name from the Khejri trees that grew there. Now, guess the names of the trees. The most common seen tree in Rajasthan, it will be your Khejri tree. Every part of the tree is very useful. It is your banana tree. The national tree of India is your banyan tree. The leaves of the tree are used to thatch roofs and to make hats, baskets, and fans. This will be your palm tree. The tree having high medicinal value is your neem tree. Now we will discuss some comprehension questions and answers from the chapter. First one is where and when did Amrita live? Amrita lived in Khejrali village near Jodhpur in Rajasthan 300 years ago. How did the village got its name as Khejrali? The village got its name as Khejrali because of the many Khejri trees that grew there. Who are the Bishnois? The people living in Khejrali area are called Bishnois. What did the elders in Khejrali village used to say? The elders in Khejrali village used to say, "अगर पेड़ है तो हम है." Plants and animals can survive without us, but we cannot survive without them. How did the day of little Amrita usually begin? Little Amrita means the child Amrita. When she was a child, Amrita would get up early every morning and greet her friends, the trees. She would choose a special tree for the day. She would put her arms around the tree trunk and greet the tree, seeking blessing and asking to give her strength. What was Amrita telling to the trees? Amrita used to say, "Friend, you are strong and beautiful. You care for us. Thank you, tree. I love you very much. Give your strength to me also." When Amrita grew up, why did strangers visit her village? The strangers had come there to cut trees for wood. The wood was needed for building the king's palace. When Amrita hugged a tree, what did the woodcutters do before killing her? When Amrita hugged a tree, the men shouted and threatened her to allow them to cut the tree. But Amrita did not allow them. What did the king not believe? The king did not believe that people gave up their lives. It will be lives. Print mistake here. It will be lives for trees. In which areas is the Khejri tree usually found? The Khejri tree is found mainly in desert areas. It can grow without much water. List two reasons due to which the Khejri tree can survive in very poor conditions. It can grow without much water. Its wood is such that it will not be affected by insects. So these are the two good points about Khejri tree. That's why the tree can survive in very poor condition. It can grow without much water. Its wood is such that it will not be affected by insects. How was the village finally protected against cutting of trees? Or how can we say that the king was not cruel? What orders did he give upon knowing of the villagers' death? The villagers' strong feelings for trees affected the king greatly. He ordered that from then on, no tree would be cut and no animal would be harmed in that area. Why did the king's men kill the villagers of Khejrali? The villagers hugged the trees to protect them. They did not allow the king's men to cut the trees, so they killed them. Mention three ways in which we can protect our trees from being cut without affecting our everyday life. First one, use less paper and buy recycled paper product. Plant trees and spread the word, spread the awareness about trees on social media, because nowadays social media is available to everybody in every corner of earth. So we can create awareness in social media by social media about tree plantation and reforestation, to boycott deforestation and enhance and grow reforestation. Draw a picture of a Khejrali tree and describe the various uses of the Khejrali tree. So you can draw a Khejri tree in a notebook and you can write its bark is used for making medicines. People cook and eat its fruits. Those are called beans. Its wood is such that it will not be affected by insects. Animals in this area eat the leaves of the Khejri and children like to play in its shade. So these are the various uses of the Khejri tree. What will happen if people cut trees? If people cut trees, then rainfall and fertility of the soil will decrease. Rainfall will decrease because due to tree only rain occurs. How rain occurs due to trees, you will learn it in your higher classes. But because of tree only, the rain comes. And fertility of the soil also increases because of tree only. If there is no tree, we will cut trees, then fertility of the soil will also decrease. Fertility means the ability to grow grains, the ability to grow grains. Changes in natural calamities will increase. Also, there will be change in natural calamity. Adverse effect will be there on calamity, climates. It will also lead to a decrease in the water holding capacity of the soil, which will result in floods. So if there will be no tree, then the water holding capacity of the soil will also decrease. And if the water holding capacity means the capacity to hold water. So our soil holds water when it rains, but if the water holding capacity decreases, then it will result flood because the water will flow. The soil cannot hold the water, the rainwater, so the rainwater will flow and it will cause a flood. So these are the adverse effect of cutting trees. So we should not cut trees. Make a list of the things that we get from a tree and fill the names in the given boxes. So we get all these things: oxygen, shade, flowers, fruits, wood, or timber. Timber means also the wood, the trunk piece, which is used to in pillar to make house. Vegetables, branches, sticks for fuel. Fuel means to cook. We need, and medicinal herbs also we get from trees like tulsi, neem. Why do people hunt? People hunt for three reasons. Sorry, there are so many reasons, but here are only three reasons I have written. To have fun, some people hunt for fun, like princes, kings, they only hunt for fun. For bone and skin also, people hunt. Also, so many all other reasons are there. It varies from animal to animal. Okay. Then homework. You have some homework to do here. First one is make a collage of following pictures of Rajasthan. So you will collect pictures related to the traditional dress of Rajasthan, what they wear, how they wear, musical instruments they play in Rajasthan, folk dance of Rajasthan, folk dance of Rajasthan, Rajasthani food, plants and animals of desert, houses in the desert, how they look, means of transport, what they use for transport in Rajasthan people. So you will collect pictures about all these things and then you will paste the pictures. You will make collage. That means you will paste the pictures all together, okay, in a notebook. Then second homework is draw the tree you like the most and list any three uses of it. Give it a pet name also. So you will draw the tree that you like the most and you will write any three use of that tree and you will give a pet name, like you give name to your pet animals like cats and what we call dogs. So you will also give a pet name to that tree that you like the most and you will draw the picture of the tree and you will write any three uses of that tree. So this was all about today's lesson, that is the Amrita story. So we learned about Amrita. We learned how to protect trees. We should protect tree, and we learned what are the adverse effects if we cut trees and hunt animals. We should not hunt animals and birds. We should take care of them also because without humans they can live. That trees and animals can live without human, but we human beings cannot live without trees and animals. So we should take care of them. Okay, so this is all about the today's lesson. I think you might have learned so many things from that chapter. So I hope you will take care of plants and animals and birds. You will not hunt and you will not harm any birds and animals, and you will not cut down trees. You will plant more and more trees. Okay. Basically, if you plant a single tree on your birthday every year, then it will be a great effort towards the plantation. Okay, so give a hand in the development of our country and reforestation. Okay, thank you all for watching the video. For more videos, subscribe to my channel, and we will meet soon in another video upcoming EVS chapter. So till then, bye. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you.